Good afternoon. It's like, sorry if I look a bit disheveled. This is my, what's it, like 12:30 p.m. right now, Eastern Time, here in Salem, Massachusetts. So it's really my 12:30 a.m. right now. So that's why I look tired and stuff. So I was gonna do this rant at like 2 this morning, but I didn't want to wake everybody up, everybody around me. Um, Sorry, people messaging me there. So anyway, okay, thank you. So anyway, I had a rant about a few things. Just me and stuff. Well, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while on my public page. Anyhow, most of my attention is on my metaphysics class. And I was actually gonna apologize at first for not shaving and shit, but I really don't care. So anyway, most of my attention is on my good. Well, I hope I live up to your expectations today, Ashley. Hello, Jean. So what was I saying? So it's in my line of work. It's an interesting field. I got to tell you. Especially when it comes to, first of all, let me actually, before I rant, let me give props to somebody. Somebody who reached out to me. Oh, thank you. Somebody who reached out to me initially a couple of weeks ago, and she mentioned that her dad was undergoing surgery. I checked the planets, and I said, as long as they don't touch the bone in this event, he should be okay. And sure enough, they touched the bone. They continued on and touched the bone. This individual got progressively worse, and this woman reached out to me over the past 48 hours. And this is a lesson in strength and courage, I tell you. So before I get to my rant, let me give props where props are due. Hey, SB. Sexy bitch. So I looked at the planets. Just she wanted me to see how her father was doing, how if he was going to pull through this operate. Well, he was doing pretty poorly. But I looked at the planets. Given the time of year, given what I saw, I looked at certain planets, position of certain planets and the moon, in conjunct with them, and I said it's probably going to wrap up in 72 hours. So stay with them, stay by them, say your goodbyes. She appreciated that honesty more than anything else. Because everybody else in the hospital was telling her, oh, it's going to be a miracle. It's going to make out. Don't worry, we're just going to do that. And everybody was acting all Pollyanna. And I'm just like, get ready. I didn't do it to be morbid. I just saw what I saw, and I told her. And I kind of wish they did the same thing with me when my mother died, and kind of were honest with me and say, look, she's probably going to go soon, as opposed to, dolling it up. I had a friend that died out of the blue of AIDS, and I never even knew he was HIV positive. Nobody told me. And he was dead out of nowhere. I'm like, wait. He was perfectly healthy. He was fine. Wait, how is he dead? So kudos to this woman whose name I won't mention, who bravely accepted the fact that death is simply a transformation, and we go from one form to another. And it's also, she can take comfort in her Catholic faith, knowing that he died on All Saints' Day. But it's that time of year. It's the veil is at its thinnest, and people that are going to go usually go around this time of year. So that's that. The rant thing comes in. When people, I really wish people would get off their false, pious high horse. And what I mean by that is, like, people come to me for spells, and they're like, If it's a curse on somebody, and full transparency, I do them. I mean, if I'll get the story, I'll get the facts and the situation, and if the person's a douchebag, I'm happy to do a curse. Um, Fuck, that's why they come to me. I'm a Satanist. But these people, they come to me and they cushion it with, I don't want them to be harmed. I just want them to be. Let me qualify this first. Okay, I am not talking about anybody specific. Seriously. So if you're watching this video, whoever, and you say, "Oh my, he's talking about me on video," it's not you. It's that so many people do the same thing. It seems like you. Okay, so if your conscience is stirring, it's really not you. I mean, you're one of the collective, but I'm not directing this at you, and I appreciate all my clients very much. So anyway, these people, they qualify as, I don't want them to be harmed. I just want that. Of course you want them to be harmed. Why are people so afraid to be angry? You can't really love. You can't really love with all your heart unless you can be really angry too. It's a polarity. It's the principle of polarity. Okay? So you say, I don't want them to be harmed. Honey, you want their car wrapped around a fucking tree. Admit it. You do. That's why you came to a Satanist. Okay? That's why you didn't go to a white lighter. Okay? That's, because I'll look my boss in the eye and be like, we need to get this shit done. And just these, and it's mostly, Christians too, and they'll come to me. This landlady a few months ago, and I really hope you're watching because you're a nasty, vicious cunt, and your face is so downtrodden because you're miserable all the time. You notice if you look in the mirror, honey, I won't mention your name, but your initials are DL. If you look in the mirror, you'll see that your face sags, okay? It's because you always have this fucking nasty frown on because you're so miserable, all right? So, anyways, before I left, I had to change the rental agreement, whatever, and this bitch was getting 2 weeks of free rent because I was going early. But she wanted a whole month or whatever. So anyhow, she's like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Don't talk to me, but I wish you well. I wish you all the best. No, you fucking don't. You want me to die? With these people, I wish you well, but, all right, there's the key word. I wish you well, but, so anyway, just so you know, you might want to have a mass said in all 3 rooms. And I'll just leave it at that because there was some seriously dark shit done in my room, I can tell you that. But you might want to have a mass said in all 3 rooms for specific reasons. So anyway, just an FYI, left you with a gift. So anyway, no, but just admit, what you don't bring your false piety to me. And that's, I get a kick out of too, these people that practice magic and they're like, as long as you don't harm anyone, they break their asses to break free from like the Catholic faith or the Christian church, and because it's too restrictive, and then they go and set up the same fucking rules and moral dogma. Okay, so I didn't just drop the pentacle, put on a crucifix, and go back to St. James Church or something. All right, because you're a far better Christian, because that's where hypocrites belong, is in the Christian church. And that's it. So then, did I have anything else on hypocrisy? Let me see. People's hypocrisy today. So, but when they come to me, I don't want anybody harmed. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Your altar is the place for I've said this before in different videos. Your altar is the place for rage. Oh, and the other people, you can't bring rage to your altar. That is the place to bring it. If everybody had an altar, I swear there'd be less mass shootings. Okay, if everybody had an altar to bring their shit to, all right, there'd be like less mass shootings or something like that. It's like just a place where you can just vent your shit, and leave it there, lay it at the altar, and then be done with it. And that's that. So then I get this, and then because here's this other thing. Then they call me, they message me, they want readings. That's fine. You can have a reading, okay? Get the fucking reading. Don't talk to me about it for 2 weeks. Get the reading, okay? ericfraize.com. I put the website link right in the description, okay? I'm thinking of getting a reading, okay? Because you see, I've been going through and then they proceed to tell me this shit. Okay, so they essentially want me to read ericfraize.com. 2 a.m. This my Facebook thing, ching, the friggin' messenger. 2 a.m. It's this woman, and psychically I could see all this shit. And I said, it didn't take a rocket scientist, but it was psychic. Trust me, prophetic, visionary. I said, you around alcohol right now? And she just said, hey, Eric, how are you doing? And I immediately just dove right in. Are you around alcohol right now? Yeah, how did you know? I'm like, because I said spirit. I'm like, but it's really Satan. The spirit told me that, you need to stop drinking, like now. And really? I'm like, yeah, really. And then she's like, I'm just so lonely and I wanted somebody to talk. Now, I haven't talked to this woman in forever. I was lonely and I wanted somebody to talk to. Okay, ericfraize.com/services, okay? $500. You can talk to me for 2 hours. How's that? Okay, that's great. So, and it doesn't mean, I don't mean to be heartless, but it was obviously this drunken, I'm just so lonely, I can't talk to. Just, okay? Yeah, ericfraize.com, $499.99. And she started off with this. That's another thing, too. People come to me and they want spells. Let me just tell you right now, my spells are $1,000. That's it. They're $999.99. Unless I give you a discount if you're an old client. You have to be an old, like you're grandfathered in. So they come to me, and so I'm just telling them straight up, look, at spells are $1,000. If you want a spell, that's what it is. Because I get to the point, they take up, people take up 15 minutes to a half hour of my time, and they hear the price. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. So I'm just telling you now. So when people ask me for a spell, and I'm like, they're $1,000. And the first thing I say, okay, they're $999.99. And it's not a money grab, it's just because I don't want you wasting my time. And then only to hear you say, I can't do that. But I promise you can go to other people that will take you for $35,000 for like 15 different spells that mysteriously don't work. And, we need a reinforcement. What the fuck is that, a reinforcement? We need a reinforcement. We need to strengthen it. So I'm going to need another, fucking Oda Mae Brown. I'm going to need another, $2,000, $3,000. So I get people that come to me, and this one person, I spent $35,000. Okay, well, you could have come to me to begin with. You would have spent $1,000, and you'd be $34,000 richer right now. And this isn't to insult these people. Please, if you're watching in this and you're saying, is he talking about me? It's just everybody does this shit. So many people come to me $25,000, $50,000 later that they went to some pseudo psychic, pseudo witch, or whatever, and for a spell that didn't happen. Or for spells, they needed more. And there are tricks out there. Let me tell you, there are people, especially in Central America. I lived down there for a while. They will literally go. They will find out your shit. They will bury something somewhere. They will hide it. They will bury it. And then they will tell you, I'm sensing that somebody did this to you and it's buried here. And it's they'll take the person to the location, usually in a graveyard or something. And they'll dig it up, and the person's like, "Ay, Dios mío, oh, ay, Dios, ayúdame, por favor." And it's like the person put it there. Okay, if anybody is that fucking good, like to know where something is really buried or shit like that, okay, then they wouldn't be doing readings. Okay, they'd be rich doing other things, I'm sure. But people fall for this shit. So you can come to me for $1,000 and get it done. Period. The end. All right. And when you come to me, don't tell me how to do it. All right. You just tell me the end result. I'll deal with the devil's in the details. I'll deal with the details. You just tell me what you want done. I'll take care of it. Okay. You don't need to instruct me. Okay. That's why I do this. And et cetera, et cetera. So those are a couple of things I wanted to say. And I'm probably going to be skipping around here during this rant because as things come up, I just want to say it. So, let me see. There is, World War III is right on schedule. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So, Trump and, this is just truth. Again, it's not for or against. It may come off as for, it may come off as against. It's all what you project onto this. Okay, I'm just telling you, World War III is on schedule. Okay, and I've told you who Trump is. He's king. He's the reincarnation of King Cyrus. What was the article I just posted on my page yesterday about this obsession that Trump has with this Persian emperor, King Cyrus? Because he knows who he is, just like General Patton knew he was Napoleon when he was walking through those war battlefields in Europe. Okay, he knows who he is, but he's also kind of manipulating that and playing into the Christian prophecy thing. And it's not a Christian prophecy, it's just prophecy. But the Christians are claiming it as their own. And, oh, he's going to do this and that. And they're not seeing the whole picture, that it's all one big fucking thing anyway. And but Trump's playing into this now, and he's playing into the whole prophecy thing because he knows that Christians think he's this special. I mean, and he is King Cyrus, but they think he's like, it's a great awakening. The world is gonna, and it is World War III. I wouldn't call it a great awakening. 3 billion dead. I wouldn't call that a great awakening. Yeah, that's on schedule, and it's just all over the news, and you can see it with Turkey and invading Syria and all this other shit, and just that's it. So I wanted to come on. I wanted to rant about those things. Probably wasn't my best rant. I'm usually a little better, but did I want to call out anybody else? I'll get to you soon, TJ. I haven't forgotten about you. I think that's it. I think that's all I had. Just this brief rant. So yeah, go to my website. People that want a reading, don't talk about the reading, book the reading. People that want to spell, that's what it is, straight up. It's grand. But you know what? If you had a problem in life that you could eliminate with like $1,000, wouldn't you do that? Oh, and don't forget the life readings too. They're $5,000. But that's like the only reading you'll ever need in your life. Okay. Like they say, I hope it's not the only reading you ever want, but it's the only reading you'll ever need in your life. Okay. And it's like 50 to 100 pages or something like that. And it's all you. It's lexicograms, it's numerology, it's tarot, it's mediumship, it's everything you can possibly imagine. Okay. All in one mega. It's like your little book of life. Okay. I'll get back into ranting, I'm sure, in a second. But I do want to, while I have your attention, I want to get you so metaphysics class, okay? Because if you take the metaphysics class, you'll eventually learn how I could predict somebody's death window of 72 hours. All right. So, but that's stuff I'm not going to say here. I'm going to save it for my students. And even then, you gotta filter people out, because these mystic secrets and these mystic arts, although they're all over the place, aren't meant for everyone. A good case in point: I happened to be in the registry of motor vehicles not too long ago, and I hope this woman is watching this. So this is why the mystic arts must be kept from the profane, truly. And there are books out there, and spirit will keep you stupid. If you're not worthy of these secrets, they'll keep you stupid. Okay? So there's this woman in the registry. Hey, Peter. Thank you, Michelle, for that message. So there's this woman in the registry. She's sitting behind me, and she's like 53, and she's trying to pick up this 62-year-old dude, and whatever. Do your thing, I guess. But she's deliberately, like, out loud speaking how I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio 1. And I can tell just by what she was saying. I could tell you exactly which astrology book she read. Okay? We're like this, and don't fuck with me, because I'll give it right back to you. Da, da, da. I was a prostitute, da, da. And she's talking to this. The guy was black. She was white. And she starts off, and she continues, I was never in chains, but I was like a slave once. When I was down on my luck, I had nobody. I was like a slave. I was a slave to society. And she's going on, and like, anybody else, I would have turned around and told the bitch, like, shut up. But she would have wanted the confrontation. She was that type. And people just aren't worth going to jail over. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have backed down either, So, so I just let it go. But she was a classic example. So we know she was a prostitute once. She just came from dropping off seeing her son's teacher at school. I can't believe God gave this woman children. And just and she's desperately trying to get in the pants of this dude, and he's loving it, and he's lapping it all up, and she's trying to blab off stuff about Scorpio that was totally wrong. It was like the only book she ever picked up on astrology, and it's not even a good. I know exactly which book she was referring to when she said one certain thing. I'm like, I know which book you're reading. Okay. And you know what? Can I pat myself in the back for a second? There we go. Can I pat myself in the back for a second? It's pretty fucking good if I can actually tell what book you're reading. You have to be pretty well learned to actually know what book somebody's reading out of a plethora of possible books that they could be reading. And they start spewing stuff out. I hope that was a PayPal contribution. No. But anyway. So, this will, and I just had to wait until she left. So you can even pick up a book. Okay, don't pick up just one book and go out thinking that you're like witch, wizard, warlock, whatever, and I can do this and da da da. And this woman, so she read one book, wasn't even a good one. Oh, it's not a bad one, but you have to take it. You have to read around, and but she didn't even understand the book she was reading. Spirit kept her blind, kept her stupid, because she was unworthy to know this shit. And that's why when I say to you, there's Illuminati, you can call them whatever you want. You can call Illuminati, the mystics. I call them the mystics, okay? They're the people in this world that rightfully, okay, they've run the world for millennia. I've said this in videos before. On the premise that mankind cannot be trusted with his own destiny, because we would destroy one another. And just watching this bitch behind me at the registry, listening to her rant, justifies having mystics that run the world, and do so for a purpose. So, that's pretty much. I hope that rant wasn't boring today. It was. I had to get there. It seemed much more heated at 2 a.m. this morning when this lush sent me a message. Oh, and she's like, why won't you, and then people are like, she's like, why won't you talk to me? Why aren't you answering me? Bitch, maybe it's because it's 2 a.m., Okay, maybe it's because I'm like watching them in the middle of a movie, and I'd rather watch like Lord of the Rings than you. Okay, maybe I don't know. Then listen to your drunken drivel. Um, so that's the story. That's my rant today. Um, take the metaphysics classes. Okay, it's it's $100 a month. That's all it is. Your electric bill, I'm sure, is probably more than that. Get in the metaphysics class. Take it, and you can learn this stuff. Thank you, Ashley. And I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi to everybody, or anybody actually for that matter. I saw a few people. I just was too busy ranting, and I wanted to get this stuff out. And I'll probably think of a gazillion more things once I stop this video. So that's that. Yeah, I didn't have time. Anybody have any questions, comments? I only hashtag free readings to get people to watch this. I never my readings are never free with me. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I helped that woman deal with the tragedy. Well, not a tragedy, but a passing on. The past couple of hours. So that's it. All right. So if you want to join the metaphysics class, let me know. And that's all I got. All right. ericfraize.com is the website. All my contact information is there. Phone number, email, prices. Okay. I'm happy to talk to you about what they do, but after like 10 minutes, you should have an idea. Okay, there's no need to have multiple conversations on, what I'm going to do and how they work. All right, everybody have a great day. To my students that are watching for metaphysics class, I will see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Yes, tomorrow night, next class, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Everybody, thanks for watching. I will try to do more videos, but I really save the good stuff for the metaphysics class. But stay tuned to the page. Thank you for participating in the page, and thank you, Sandy, and thank you everybody that watched. I can see you all, and most of you are from the metaphysics class. Sandy, I can see you. You're not Ann Macedo. Yes, we will see you tomorrow night. Okay. They're my snapettes. Like the people in my metaphysics class are my snapettes. You guys are my ginger snaps. They're my snapettes. So if you want to become a snapette, just let me know. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you later, guys. Have a good day.